Alright guys, this is Zach coming at you from Zach's Fitness Studio. Guys, I told you I was going to go on this journey and I introduced myself to you before the surgery. Well, this is 3 days after the surgery. The surgery wasn't what I had anticipated, nor had my doctors anticipated or had anyone anticipated. The plan was to come in here to have this surgery, spend a few hours in recovery, and return home and start some type of rehab program. Well, unfortunately, after the doctor became involved in the surgery, it was a lot more complex than he imagined. And the end results was that Friday after surgery, the next day was my first day of evaluation. And they come to get me out of bed and they found out I had no use of my legs whatsoever. And at that time I was informed that I couldn't walk, that I would have to learn how to walk again. The doctor informed me that I was not paralyzed, but I was crippled. Just like a person have a broken arm, they're crippled. And it will heal, but it will have to be rehabilitated. It will have to learn to function all over again. And that's what I've been going through for the last 3 days now. Well guys, I'm out of the hospital and I'm in a rehab center. And I've been here for, I believe, 5 days. I lose track of time. I believe it's been 5 days. I tell you this, I spoke to you guys so many times about using your will and fighting with your will and struggling with your will and going deep inside yourself to try to accomplish the goals that you set out to accomplish. Well folks, that's exactly what I had to do, because the moment I was struck with the reality that I was crippled, a despair came over me, a weakness came over me, insecureness came over me, sadness came over me, doubt came over me. I was plagued and shadowed by so many negative things that were just buried deep into negative things. And what I did, guys, that night, after shedding myself of all my self-pity, I asked God for a hand, not to lift me up, but just to give me some direction, give me some avenues, give me some pointers. And what he came up with was for me to go and do what I must do. And they took me down to physical therapy. And that very first day was challenging. And their diagnosis went from going home in 15 days to going home in maybe 30 days or more. That's what their diagnosis flipped from, because of the effort it took for me just to stand up. Well, the second day that I went down to physical therapy, I had made up my mind that I have to do this. No one else could do this for me but me. I have to do this. And I went down there and I spoke to myself. I told my legs, you got to do this. Outwardly, verbally, with my therapist at my side and other people in the room, I spoke to my legs and I told my legs, you have to do this. You have to make me stand. You have to do it. And with that being said, I stood. And I was really impressed. I was real proud of myself. And it gave me a lot more confidence. Still not able to move that walker. No, I see people rolling around with walkers and it looks so easy, but I'd be damned if I could lift that walker and stand too at the same time. And all I had was a death grip on that walker, making sure that those 4 prongs on that walker was the thing that's going to support me and keep me on my feet. Well, I'm going to ask Mary Lee to get me a walker, and I'm going to show you what I accomplished in just a couple of days of this physical therapy. Now, mind you, some of the rules of rehab is that you're not allowed to bend. You can't bend forward, you cannot bend to your side, and you cannot bend backwards. So of course what I did, I worked with it and I developed various techniques. One of the techniques I developed, I take my walker and I start putting it inside my step. They get my wheelchair, they get a lot closer to me. And always, as they instruct me, hands on chair. And I do partial squats. 1. And I command myself, push through your heels. 2. Before I found myself just doing dips. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Is 9 and 10. Now, mind you, not a lot of pain is coming from the source of my incision in my back. A lot of the sources of my pain is coming from my glutes, my hips, my hamstrings, in certain parts of my legs. And that's because those were the nerves that were redirected. Those were the nerves that was taken and channeled another way. And those nerves have been disturbed and they're in an uproar. And they're like radical now. Like they're doing whatever they want to do, but besides the thing that they're supposed to do. And that's to help me walk. I do leg extensions. And I try to stimulate the calves. And these are all the things, guys, that I have dealt with you with. Nothing different. Also indicating to me that I knew what the hell I was doing when I was working y'all. I knew what the hell I was doing. Now I'm doing it to myself. Knee ups. These are the things that I'm doing in physical therapy. Taking a ball between my knees, crossing my ankle, squeezing that ball from my inner thighs, taking a band and tying it around my thighs, and spreading my feet and doing outer thigh movements. These are the basic things. These are the very basic things that I'm doing. I'm taking a very light. They won't let me lift any more than 5 pounds. But they got me doing 25, 35, 40 reps, sometimes 50 of bicep curls, lateral raises, flies. Just basic, simple stuff, functional stuff in preparation for me to get up and walk again. Okay? So, I go through 4 hours of intense therapy a day. Part of my therapy is called occupational therapy. The other part of my therapy is called physical therapy. And the occupational therapy is therapy that's getting me prepared to put on my shoes. I pretty much dress myself. I have difficulty with my shoes, socks, and things of this nature. Sometimes with my underwear. But I'm pretty functional in putting on my clothes already. So I'm pretty much ahead of the game because I'm determined. And that's why I'm ahead of the game, because I'm determined. To get you back to the walking. When I used the walker, they put me through the parallel bars, which was beautiful. The parallel bars was absolutely beautiful. I was just still struggling with this here walker. But since then, what I do, I had issues trying to raise my body, because this is exactly what they want you to do. They want you to raise your body from here, from your seated position, your seated apparatus upright. Well, I haven't accomplished that yet. So I bypassed that and say, yes, I'm a rule breaker. I'm a rule breaker. But I'm not a stupid rule breaker. I'm not going to, the reason why they want you to do that, because they don't want anything to slip out in front of you. So what I do is I take this here left hand and I place it firmly on the walker. And I don't press forward with it, I press down. And that's the only direction this strength goes, nowhere else but straight down. I embedded this here walker into this floor so that it goes nowhere, absolutely nowhere, but support my weight. And I take the other hand and I go here. And that's how I stand, guys. Okay? That's how I stand. Now I know that you probably see that my head is cut off, but what we're gonna do is, I am gonna sit back down, I'm gonna take this walker and this wheelchair, and I'm gonna unlock it, and I'll push it to the back. Or better yet, to be on the safe side, I'm just gonna have Mary Lee come and move this walker to the back. And we'll see how it goes, okay? You guys bear with us, this is raw. And the last thing I want you guys to see me is fall. I know you guys will be putting this all on YouTube. I'm gonna put it on YouTube anyway. I know you guys have some kind of comedy relief. I'm just backing up. Backing up because I want to show you. I want to show you something that I'm able to do with this walker. All right. And see, I'm taking my steps toward you. See, I'm walking toward you. And guys, I'm walking toward you because I'm coming to get you. I'm coming back to Z.A.C Fitness Studio to get you. So if you ain't ready, get ready, because I'll be. Anyway, guys, again, I wanted to share some of the things that I'm going through at this here rehab center. Hasn't been fun, but it has been educational, has been rewarding, has been spiritually uplifting. And I tell you right now, I don't intend to stop my efforts. I'm going to get better as I go. So guys, again, thanks for taking the time to listen to Z.A.C Fitness Studio. And I just want to bring you a mere update. I'm also going to share some pictures of some of the rehabs, aftermaths of after surgery. All right, you have a great day, and thanks for tuning in for Zach. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a like, or write me a comment. I appreciate it. I'm gonna try to take you through this whole process. You take care. Thanks.